Good evening, everybody. How are we this evening? Bit of a surprise live feed. Last minute we decided to do, so I don't normally do Sunday night live feeds, but welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to call Linda straight through and we'll have a bit of a chat while we wait for people to join us. And as I said, this is not something we normally do. It's a little bit different. So good evening. How are you?
Good, darling. How are you?
Good. Does this feel like deja vu?
It does. It's been a while since we've been on together, but I think just the exciting news of what's going on over the next couple of weeks is just sort of.
I know, and it's just like, oh my God. But anyway, I'm just waiting for some people to join, Linda, before we get into this.
No problem, darling.
Like, hi, Leanne. Hi, Courtney. Can you see the comments coming up on the side there?
Yep. Hi, girls.
Good. Okay. Great. Okay. So if you have not joined me and on any live feeds, well, we do ask that you like and you share this live feed this evening. Please put the let us know that you have liked and shared it in the comments section there, along with your question. If you would like us to answer your question, you need to put that in there to attract us to you. And again, bear in mind, we are literally drawn by spirit as to who we will be reading, so we don't go in order. And the comments that you're seeing by the psychic pin-up, even though that is me, my hands are here, and it's not magic. It's I've actually got somebody else helping off premises here. So that's Julie Howard, who is helping, who's commenting. So thank you for Julie. Thank you, Julie, for helping us out wherever you are. I'm guessing you're over at board at the moment. So thank you. And hi, Melissa, Amy, Annette. Hello, everybody, and welcome, Linda.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm reading as they're all coming up, Hi, guys.
I know. So those who are not familiar with Linda Usope, she is a friend of mine, and we are doing a platform show on Friday evening called Psychics Under the Stars, and we just thought that we would do a live feed this evening for you, just to get in the swing of it, because it's always very exciting leading up to a show, because I start getting downloads and messages leading up to a show. I don't know about you, but we all work differently.
Absolutely. And I think, when we become, how can I put it, working mediums, because we work nearly every day connecting to spirit, as we get closer and closer to the event, it's just like, very, very overwhelming. And it's just trying to then, tell them all to back away until everybody turns up. So, it's just an interesting, I think, a couple of days leading up to the actual event. I know that there's going to be anything from 40, 60 plus people sitting in the audience, especially because this is our first one for, shall we say, 2021, even though the year's almost ended. I know. We've had a crazy year, and, spirit's ready to play with everybody again, so to speak.
Totally.
But it's just...
even when I was coming back from your place this afternoon, it was like I was getting sign after sign after sign all the way home, bang, 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 and even songs that were playing one after the other, and it's just like memory. It's just, and that's what my week's going to be like now.
I think so, yeah. And, you've got to remember, we're only 4 weeks really off till Christmas.
That's right. And I'm actually sitting here with a heater on.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? This time last year, it was really funny because we were only talking about it not long ago. I mean, we were in the 40s, we were swimming in the pool, and here we are basically thinking about, the kids are saying, just get me a new jumper for Christmas. And I went, this is so I
was at your place this time last year. Remember, we were sitting there meditating in the swimming pool.
Absolutely. Everyone had their feet dangling in the pool because it was so hot, and we were getting attacked by mozzies because it was crazy weather. But
And
now
that was this time last year.
it was.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, now, because I don't know if any of your people are joining here. So did you share it onto your page?
I shared
Yep.
it
Okay.
on the 3 pages that I do have. So
Oh.
hopefully we'll get a few extras come on.
Yeah. So I think I've probably got a few on here who are not familiar with your work and how you work. And like, I just adore the way you work and the work that you do. So can you just explain it to everybody for me,
Very
please?
quickly, yes. I'm a psychic medium. Being a psychic, obviously, we connect to your past, present, future issues. But I'm a medium, which is all about my passion connecting to spirit. And then many years ago, I had the opportunity, or shall I say, I was put in an opportunity to work in a police station. And I worked there for about 10 years and fell in love with the forensic side of things, because what we do is basically the message we get isn't just connecting to our loved ones, and it also is proof of life, but it's also closure with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And there's so much sadness out there of people that have got question marks connected to some of their loved ones that have passed away, or missing people, or just all of the above through not very pleasant circumstances.
Yeah.
So then I started to connect and work on a forensic level. I teach forensic mediumship, working with police now, so and work on that level. So it's a passion of mine. I think, we are of service, and, we were given this beautiful, beautiful opportunity to connect to spirit, and it should be used in every way possible. That's as we work in partnership with so many agencies out there, and it's very rewarding to be able to help just that little bit connected to connecting you all to your loved ones, but also some beautiful closure, or getting rid of those question marks connected on how, where, and why when it comes to forensic or crimes. There,
Totally.
if that makes sense. Yeah. But
Totally.
I mastered everything I did. So, I was like a little sponge when I first went out, and I mastered Reiki. So, I wanted to be a Reiki master. I wanted to be a meditation instructor. I got a diploma in crystals, hypnosis, matrix. But I also am one of Lisa Williams' master teachers. So I'm one of 27 around the world, and I work with the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development, where I teach and work in places like America, England, done the islands, New Zealand's my second home, as well as all over Australia. So jack of all trades, master of many. Makes sense.
You are, and you do it all so well, because you also do workshops here as well.
Yeah, I've got a beautiful workshop coming up on the 11th and 12th at the same place we're doing our platform night out at Wedderburn. Yeah. And that's just helping everyone find who they are.
So those who have just joined, this is Linda. We're doing a show together this Friday evening called Psychics Under the Stars, and we just thought we'd jump on here this evening to do a live feed leading up to the show. We still have tickets available. Only a handful of tickets are still available for this. It's for Friday evening, the 3rd of December. Oh my God, it's December already.
Oh, crazy.
Madness. Now, it is at a property at Wedderburn, and those who are not familiar with the area, Wedderburn is like at the back of Campbelltown. So I'd say it's like between App and Campbelltown, in that vicinity around there.
If you go behind St Helens Park,
which is
the opposite side of the road. Yeah, the opposite side of the road of the hospital is St Helens Park. So Wedderburn is basically behind of that. And it's an absolute beautiful drive, because all of a sudden it's suburbia, and then you drive around this beautiful bush road to get to the property.
You're in the country. It's beautiful. And just being out there on the property itself, the energy out there is just amazing as well.
It is. It's a beautiful place to work.
It is. So if anybody is interested in buying tickets, we still have them available. And I do have it going across the bottom of the screen here. The tickets are purchased through Eventbrite. I've also included a link. It should be in the description there on Facebook, somewhere there. So if you're interested, the link's there. Just click the link. It will take you through to Eventbrite, and all the details are there. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited to be working with you.
And I mean, you know, it's our, you know, even though basically you're coming to see a show with us, but we've got a few things, basically, a few little surprises. And if you don't mind the drink, there's a little glass of bubbly as you enter. But, you know, we got free tea and coffee all night, Vicky's, just to keep, just in case, because we did say it's under the stars. So, you know, you have to rug up because hopefully rain will hold off. We have got
like we're still in winter.
Yeah, we've got a beautiful space, you know, if it does, where you will be dry and very well looked after.
We'll be fine.
Absolutely.
We'll be fine. I trust in spirit.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Spirit. Okay. So those who've just joined, you need to like and share this live feed. You need to pop the word shared, liked and shared in the comment section there, along with your question, please. So I can check to see who has shared. So please help us out there. And I think what we'll do is get started. Oh, also, no, we won't be answering any medical or legal questions this evening. So just keep that in mind as well. That also includes for myself, I don't know about Linda, pregnancies, anything to do with pregnancies as well. That comes under the medical for me. Okay. So I don't know about you, Linda.
You know, we're doing little snapshots, you know, and nothing worse than basically bringing up stuff on an open forum for everybody. So it is about basically, you know, giving you the answers you need, but not here to embarrass anybody connected to the information that we get.
So just bear in mind, guys, when we do these readings, they are quite general. We're just mindful that we are in an open forum. Anybody could be watching this. And I think Julie's just put that on there for us as well. So thank you, Julie. Thanks for helping out. Now, who are you attracted to there?
I think one's just passed over. There was one talking about a 13-year-old girl. I think her name might have been Leanne, if we scroll back a little bit.
Okay. If we can't find the name, we would just Leanne. So you're saying it's Leanne, 13-year-old?
She was inquiring about her daughter.
Okay, I can't find her. So.
That's all right, darling. Yeah. If you can just flip it back up for me. But I will start the reading if that makes sense, darling, because I did basically she was a bit concerned about her 13-year-old daughter. I'm a little bit worried. Now, you know, I'm a mother of 2 girls, 2 boys. I'm a survivor of being a mother of daughters. They're very, very interesting. But also when we go through our own roller coaster in life, especially when they're so young, lets me know basically, you know, some kids are born with attitude. And I know girls are, and I always say the boys are born with their mum. But it doesn't make any difference on when they get to a certain stage that they don't know how to express themselves and can keep themselves pretty much to themselves. I keep getting, I'm not sure if she's bullied or there is a connection connected around her where she just doesn't want to do anything in life at the moment and would prefer to stay at home. You know, I've, as I said, I have 4 children, and one of mine went through quite a hard time as her transition went from year 6 into the first 2 years of high school. And it was one of the hardest things to sit back and watch your child not be the person that you knew they were 2 years ago, because I keep getting happy-go-lucky, you know, she likes life. And all of a sudden there was this basically speed bump that came in her way that her personality changed from being the little girl that you knew to basically being sad and not knowing how to fix this. My advice to you, Judy, is communication, communication, communication. Also letting go of things that does not concern you anymore or concern her. I do see she's not only had a hard time, so have you. So it lets me know is basically one of the things we say is don't ever give up with communication, no matter how much they don't want to talk to us at that age. You know, you've protected this young girl for as long as you possibly can. The school holidays is going to be a respite for her, but I also feel basically you've just got to make sure, I always say keep your circle clean, know who her friends are, know what's going on connected around it. And if she's alone in the bedroom a little bit, well then basically it's terrible that we've got to monitor things as far as phone calls or computers, but it's all about basically making sure where her head is at. Underneath, I've just pulled a couple of cards, and one of them is about Archangel Gabriel. And Gabriel is the angel that, without going into religion, the angel that is between mother and child. So it's the only angel that is known, or is known in the Bible. That was the one that went to Mary to say that she was pregnant with her first baby. So I do feel she's your eldest, and I also feel you need to look at things with her in different perspectives. And even though you know that you've got speed bumps ahead of you with her, it's important, so important, that you believe in yourself, your rules, your regulations, whatever it is, and don't underestimate you. You're doing a phenomenal job. But what I do see, it's about self-worth, self-empowerment. Woman, hear me roar. You need to fill her bag up with positive, because there's a little bit of negative around her. But, it takes a village to rear a child. Try not to do this on your own, and seek some help. Because I do feel basically when we have a voice and when we talk to others, well, then there's others that basically are in the same boat with you. So try not to do it on your own, but also protect her, protect everything around her. And, when I was growing up, my elder children, we found a poem. It's called My Mean Mum. And it was, my mean mum never let me go out. She never let me do this, what this person done. She never let me do that. She made me eat all my vegetables. She made me eat dinner. She made me do all this. I had the meanest mum growing up. And in the end of the poem, it basically says, I'm so glad I had a mother like I did, because now the values she taught me is what I do for my own children. So don't ever be frightened of standing around, connected around this child. And I do feel she'll be okay, but don't let her jump without a safety net, sweetheart. I hope that helps, Judy.
Hope that helps. So thank you, Judy. So I'll do a reading, and if you want to scroll through and pick the next one, yep. Okay. So Miss Vanita. Okay. Now I know for a fact that Miss Vanita is in Chicago, in the US. So what time is it there, my dear? It must be very, very early in the morning for you. So anyway, thank you for joining us. Do you see me making a physical move in the next 3 to 6 months? Okay, what I'm picking up for you, my darling, is that I can't quite work out whether you're over the place where you are at, or you are looking for places, but there's disappointments coming up around the results. So either way, what I'm getting, I'm getting a couple of different numbers for you in terms of the move. I feel like there's going to be changes. Yeah, they're saying there's changes. I'm getting the number 10 with you. So when I get numbers, they're like time frames, 10 weeks. It's not going to be 10 days, and I feel like it's not going to be 10 weeks. But I feel like this number itself is significant to the place that you are going to. That's why they're giving me 2 numbers. And I don't feel like that's the time frame for that one. They're giving me the number 6 also with this. So I'm leaning more towards like in the next 6 months, because I can't see any move happening in the next 10 weeks. And that's, for me, that's over Christmas. I know Christmas is in 4 weeks, but for me, the month of January falls under that umbrella as well in terms of holidays and time off and people not working. So I can't see it happening during then. And I'm feeling like it's leaning more towards the 6 month mark. I don't feel like it's June, but I will definitely say in the next 6 months there is a move. But I feel like the number 10 is significant in terms of the place that you are going to, whether it's house number 10 or apartment number 10 or something of that nature. But it's like literally you will manifest this place. It's like you'll put it out there to the universe. The places you're looking at the moment, it's just not available. That's why it's the disappointment that I'm picking up around you. But they're showing me here, put it out there to the universe and manifest the place that you are. It's like you literally put it out there, and that place is going to be very, very similar to what you are seeing in your mind. Okay, so I'll leave that there. Okay, thank you.
Hi. They're moving very, very quickly. So basically, if we do this, just send the message back again, because I'm trying to write down a few things or a few people.
Oh, right. Okay. So Judy's just saying thank you. So
you're very welcome, Judy. You're very welcome. I've just got one up here for
who?
Alyssa. Alyssa, is it? Oh, if I
Alyssa J?
Yeah, please, I do apologise, so we'll see how we go. The
Is that
first
one?
thing they give me basically, Alicia, ALY, that's the one. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. What I see with you, sweetheart, is finances. So it's basically letting me know success with self-employment between now and the 9th month of next year. So I will say, basically, I just want to break it down very, very quickly with you. The next 10 weeks is all about, sometimes we start a small business or we start basically going out on our own. And it takes, I always say, a couple of weeks to establish who you are. We've got Christmas, we've got New Year. So, of course, basically, there's still a little bit of a roller coaster, or shall I say a merry-go-round connected around it. Now, nothing's changing in November. December is all about finances. It's all about many things happening around you, and it's all about basically the Midas touch. But January is all about an exciting new opportunity connected around your career, connected around your business. And it lets me know of career advancement connected around that. And it's going to sort of start to change your life and change what direction you're going into. February is also, again, about reviewing, renewing, and reevaluating. March is abundance, so it's making long-term plans connected around March, but April is grounded. So when I see April, it's all about basically success connected to a project. And then again, June is where I see basically finances again. So what I do feel is basically don't be frightened of taking the next step. April is all about allowing more time to make decisions on whether do we go bigger, do we reevaluate what direction we're going into. But the next 2 months is all about having patience. So I'm going to say the next 6 months is all about significant life events of change. It's about moving into the right direction. Don't over-analyze things. Have a couple of drinks at Christmas time. Take a couple of deep breaths, because I always say, Alicia, be careful what you ask for, sweetheart, because it's just going to happen. So I do see basically as we come into the June of next year, the next 6 months is about movement, it's about finances, and it's about growth. But June to me is property. So I don't know whether you're going to expand bigger because there is some major decisions next year in June, but you will have the finances to pay back the loan. So I do feel there's something more exciting coming your way. So hang on to your hat, sweetheart. You're in for a ride.
Hopefully next year we'll be busy. Hopefully next year we can have some sort of a normal year.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hope that helps you, my love. So moving on, just before we move on, those who have just joined us, first of all, welcome. This is a bit of out of the ordinary. We don't normally do these live feeds, but I'm here with Linda Usope, and we are doing a platform show this Friday night called Psychics Under the Stars. And so we thought we would come live this evening to do some readings for you leading up to the show, because we have a lot of energy at the moment waiting for Friday night. Now, we do have some tickets available for purchase still, and you will find those details there in the description box of this live feed, and also going across the bottom of the screen here. However, I will put the details up again after the show if you are interested. If you've just joined and you would like a question answered, you need to like and share the live feed. So please let us know that in the comments section there, along with your question. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to be reading next for Erin. So hi, Erin, how are you? Cute family. So thank you for sharing, love. Looking for, hang on, that's gone a bit funny. Looking for insight into the next few months. Will I stay in my current job? And anything big or involving changes coming up? Okay. All right. I'm picking up frustration around your current role. Now, the thing is, I feel like you're ready to go, but I'm compelled to say to you that you need to hold on for a little bit longer. I just feel like the timing's just not right for you, or the stars aren't aligned yet. I do see that there is, however, another offer that is going to be crossing your path, but I'm getting the number 2 around this, Erin. So again, if you know me, they're like time frames for me. Number 2, it's not 2 days, 2 weeks. I'm feeling like it's not even 2 months. I'm going more with anywhere from February onwards. I feel like that's when the changes are going to be happening around you. So just keep that in mind. But I just feel like there needs to be a little bit more planning, or research going on before you change your job. But it's something of that nature, okay? Now, in terms of other things that are coming up, I feel like you're about to close out a cycle of something. Now, this could actually be tied in with your work as well, but I feel like it's something to do around home life as well. There's something also, I do see a saving going on around home. So this is where I feel like I need to ask you, are you preparing for a new home or building or buying a place or something? Because I feel like that is what's going to be coming up for you next year. Okay, so you're asking if there's any big changes coming up for you. So I've also got the month, they just put the month of October into my head too. So I feel like that's quite significant around that. Okay, and I'll leave that there. So I hope that helps you, and thank you for watching. Okay.
Good. Just want to have a bit of a yell out. Hi, Kerry Siebert. Miss you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Nice to see you connect or jump in on today. Kerry's a very, very, I'm going to say literally, not an old friend, but an old friend. But, yeah, we've known each other for a very long time. So I just wanted to really yell out. Now,
this three on Friday night.
I'm not sure. Well, we'll have to. And there's Kerry Barra. So hi, Kerry. So
Kerry. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're two beautiful friends I basically met together, and we've had many journeys together. So it's just
beautiful.
Thanks for coming in. Now there's about three that I'm really, really pulled to. Now, I do want to go to three before we're off, so just patience with me. Nicole Baker, Kristy Anne, I've got your messages and I will basically get to you. But the first one I want to get to is a Georgia Quin.
Okay, now, do we need to call her? Just call her out. Just call her name out.
The reason why I want to get to you is it's really, really funny because I don't believe there's a coincidence. My father's name is George. My maiden name is Quin. So he's basically part of my journey connected around this. So when I seen your name come up and I went, there's no such thing as a coincidence. So you wanted to connect and talk about, and the reason why I pulled you is my cousin is quite a famous, she's got her own in America. So what I do see with you is you've got a very, very good intuition. You've got a good gut. You like people or you don't like people, but you're someone that does not give up. And what I do see is with your determination and basically you selling you, I feel there's leaps and bounds connected to what direction you're going to go into. I want to say trust. Not just trust your gut, but trust everything and everyone around you. I do see basically success connected around you, but not just at the moment. I feel like I want to sell you. I feel like I want to push you. I feel like I want to basically knock on doors, and if I close it, I want to knock again. I do see basically a 6-month period with you, which again sits basically in the June, July of next year, and it's letting me know basically I got some ticks connected around you. Now, I do get contracts. So it's basically letting me know we're starting off little, but we're moving quite quickly once we get the first one done. It's like what we do. It's word of mouth. So your label will be basically word of mouth. I do see a lot of water around this, so I know it will be taken overseas, but it's also basically you want it yesterday. So have some patience, fine-tune what you want to do, but there's significant movement connected around you as we go into next year. But again, I really want to be pulled to America, and I don't know where this sits, but I do feel that, everything that's sort of come out tonight connected to, just my dad and your name lets me know there's a big pull to overseas, over that side of the world, but also make sure you keep your label as yours. Don't let anyone manipulate you into it being something that you didn't design in the first place. Own it, and make sure it's not copied, or you've got a good lawyer on your hands to make sure that this is yours and no one can basically take it away from you. And if you have to sign any contracts, sweetheart, go over it 3 times. You go over it, get someone else to go over it, and then go over it again. Dot your I's, cross your T's, because, it's a dog world out there, and I will tell you, because you're good at what you do, and because you're moving forward, people can take advantage of you. So basically, have the strength of, shall I say, going into a man's world, but don't let anyone walk over the top of you. This is yours, and it will be owned as you, and that will be your brand. Don't let anyone underestimate who you are. So good luck with that, sweetheart. I think it's really, really moving forward. But as I said, you've got a good gut, and it's about basically trusting who you need to trust with your work. So I hope that helps, sweetheart.
I'm sure it does. Thank you. So thank you for joining us. I don't think I've seen your name on here before, Georgia. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. So I'm going to read for Irene, and just before I do, a big shout out to all you Kiwis out there. We've got New Zealand that was watching. We've got a few of them all jumping on from New Zealand. Thank you for staying up late. I know that it's like 10:30, and that's way past my bedtime. I'm usually in La La Land by that time. So thank you for joining us. And
everybody, 2 hours. they're only 2 hours in front of us. So basically,
10:30.
Half past 10, yeah.
Well, I don't know, but, I do have a child that insists that, I come to bed and I end up falling asleep too. So,
yeah.
and those in the US, thank you for joining us as well. So let us know where you're watching from. I know I've got a lot of country girls out there, and I believe I get a feeling, Irene, you're out that way too. So I'm going to be reading for Irene Hambrook. That's it. Thank you for sharing. Will the storm clouds I'm feeling pass soon? Let's have a look. What are you giving out? It's like, I just feel like you're giving. Okay. We need to be take. Don't, or everything always has to have equal balance, honey. Stop giving so much of yourself out. What they're showing me here, I still feel like there's a couple of little hiccups, or I feel like this person around you, I still feel like there's a few little things that are to be revealed yet, or I just feel like there's things have not come to the surface completely yet. So that's why I still feel like there's a few little hiccups that you're going to be enduring. But this is what they're asking me to pass on to you. Perseverance, and they're just saying the patience, because what I'm getting is a big fat tick for a yes. And that's the answer to the storm clouds. Will they be passing? But they're just forewarning you. I just feel like there's a couple of little hiccups on the way. So I don't want you to be losing hope about it. That's all. Okay. They're just saying everything that the work that you're doing now, you're going to be reaping the benefits. But I am getting the number 7 around you. So, you know me with numbers. So if that helps you with anything, I feel like that's some sort of timing. Possibly, I feel like after Christmas, come January, I feel like there'll be significant changes for you around there. So bless you, love. I hope that helps you. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now, I think at the very, very beginning, Kristy Anne had put up a message 3 or 4 times, and it was about relationships and where are they going within the relationship. So, hi, Kristy. Thanks for having a little bit of patience with us, darling. These messages are moving very, very quickly, and we're trying to go as fast as we possibly can. Now, I always say basically when I ask everyone anything, do you want to know everything? So what I do see basically is sometimes in relationships we can, I always say you've got to be friends to be lovers, not lovers to be friends. And sometimes a relationship can go into what I call a friendship mode. And even though you love each other, the spark is missing, basically connected to what you were when you first met each other. Now, what I do feel for you is basically you really, really need to change the relationship up. Sometimes it can become Groundhog Day. We get up, we do the same thing, life moves on, and it doesn't move forward because I know there's no ring on your finger and it's been something that you've been waiting for a little while. Your partner is a little bit lazy and a little bit of a procrastinator, so I want to kick him up the backside. I do feel basically that, there is a few tears connected to this relationship, but it's not something that, you can't work on. At the moment, sometimes we can put Band-Aids on things. It's about taking the Band-Aids off and finding the core of the problem to move forward. I get contentment connected around this, and it's worth fighting for. But I will say, at the moment, the two of you are locking horns. It's just like you're at a stalemate, if that makes sense. So it's all about get your head out of the sand, talk about it. Communication is your key, sweetheart, and it's all about talking from the heart. Sometimes we can start to talk and we can't get our words out. And I always say, things are sort of coming to a head. Well, then sit down and basically, give yourselves a little bit of a timer and just say, like, I'm going to talk for 3 minutes. I don't want you to say a word, and then you've got 3 minutes to talk, and then we'll talk together about what we discussed. So it's all about getting it out, but getting it out from the heart. Don't be frightened of speaking. He's not a good communicator, but it's a way of getting him to communicate. I always say sometimes life or relationships can be challenging, and, you've got to speak your truth in every relationship. Your truth will always set you free, but I do feel it will move forward. I know that basically you want to be a mum and you want your happily ever after as well, but it's all about basically friendship, lovers. Don't go into lovers, friendship, and then be his mother and look after him, and basically then he's got give someone an inch and they'll take a while. I was going to say a man, but I thought, that might be politically incorrect. But it's all about basically making sure your relationship is 50-50. It's balanced, sweetheart, not one way or the other. And don't take second best. I hope that helps, darling. Thanks for waiting.
Thank you. Okay. Good night, Benita. She's going to bed. It's like 3:30 in the morning where she's.
Good night. Thanks for connecting, darling.
She's such a night owl. Okay. I'm going to read for Leanne Barrett. We haven't read for her, have we? No. Okay. Thank you, Leanne. So do you see my divorce settling soon, and will the property development we're waiting for go through soon? Okay. The first thing I'm picking up is that there seems to be delays, obviously, not with the property, the development, but with the actual finalising of the divorce. But I feel like what I'm picking up with you is to fro. So I feel like I've got that tug of war that's been going on. So I feel like we just haven't quite agreed on the finer things. I'm seeing fine print here. So I just feel like there's a few little things that need to be ironed out before the actual settlement goes through. And that's why I'm getting the tug of war that's going on here. So each party's wanting something different here. I am seeing that, yes, it is going to settle soon. But I can't quite work out whether it's going to make the courtroom or whether it's done out of courtroom, because I am seeing a courthouse. But for me, that can symbol either or being in a courtroom or settling outside. But either way, I am seeing lawyers. I'm seeing a counsel there going back and forth, if that makes sense. I am seeing that look, changes. For some reason, I've got March that's sticking out in my head here for you in terms, I don't feel like it's to do with the divorce proceedings. I feel like it's more so about the property development waiting to go through. So I feel like March is significant here with you around that. I feel like once that goes through, it's going to be the birth of something again. So that is going to somehow free you to move ahead. I see there's ideas and there's a birth of something that's coming from that. Okay, so I'll leave that there, but I hope that helps you. Okay.
Okay. The other person I picked up was Nicole Baker.
Nicole Baker.
Yeah, I can't remember basically.
Okay.
I think it was about family or what's going on with family. So
got her. Yep.
I'm not really. You've got. I like to chat and desperate for reading around family. Now, that's why I picked you up when I was sort of all the questions were coming up, darling. Is I feel like the old saying, we love our family, but we don't have to like them. So I do feel basically sometimes, I get you as being what I call a doer. So, and a people pleaser. So you're there for everyone, but I get a little bit of a black sheep of the family with you. And you know what? You can only put in so much unless you get it back. family can be very, very interesting, and sometimes it's all built up around drama. And some are drama queens, some basically go their own separate ways, and someone likes to stir the pot. But we're all different, and we've all got different journeys. When we're little, and we all get along really, really well as far as family is concerned, but then we all grow up and go different ways. There's nothing you can do to change everybody else's journey, or even the trauma or the drama connected around family. But it's all about your reaction to everyone's actions. I do feel basically if you react, well, then they're going to act. So basically enjoy your Christmas, hold your head up. You've done nothing wrong. And basically, remember, it's about memories. It's not about past. It's about making and creating new memories. And you are just a master of your own destiny. You either go or you don't. You either get involved or you don't. Life gives us choices. You choose to roll the roller coaster, or you choose to make those memories that are basically content for you. I keep getting the matriarch of your family. So I know mums basically could be a little bit of a piggy in the middle when it comes to family. Don't overanalyze things, sweetheart. Family is very, very important, and it is very, very our parents or our matriarch is the glue connected around it, but they can only do so much. And when we get older, we all make our own choices. So I will say you've got a very, very interesting family, sweetheart, and that have got their own journeys, but you need to hold your head up. You've done nothing wrong. And basically, if you want to be a people pleaser, you do it because that's what you want to, not what's expected of you. But, go out, enjoy Christmas, have a really good time, get together the way that you should. And those that will turn up will love you the most. And those that don't, there's nothing you can do to change that.
No.
So I hope that helps, sweetheart. And, this time of year is really, really hard with families because, I've got grown-up children. I've still got my mother with me, and I've got my brother. And, there's a couple of siblings that I don't talk to as well. But it's a matter of we go to one person's place and this person's place and that person's place. And at the end of the day, we come home and we sit down and go, now let's enjoy Christmas. You do what you do. And that's what happens with us as far as being a people pleaser. But in the end of the day, it's the memories that I have with my children and my grandchildren that means the most to me. So I hope that helps, sweetheart. And I hope basically that you have an amazing Christmas and do what you want to do, not what's expected of you. So God bless her.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that helps you, Nicole. So, any idea where she's from? She's just
No.
Okay. So, okay, I'll just scroll through here. Oh, Erin. Okay, you got building starting in March for that development that we just spoke about. I just feel like that's significant, and then things are going to grow from there for you. I was going to be reading for Mila. I think. There we go. Hi, Mila. How do I know your name? Okay, well, thank you for joining. Thank you for liking and sharing us this evening. We do appreciate that. You're asking, I would love a reading about work and anything coming up, please. Okay. Reading around work, I feel like it's either you need to speak up a little bit more or you're about to find your voice and speak your truth. I just feel like there's been a little bit of pushing down maybe. I feel like you're not being heard or acknowledged around the work environment. Now they're showing me, are you working something autonomous away from where I just seen a separation then. So I'm just trying to work out what that separation is. Anyway, getting back to what the changes around your work there. I do see that there is going to be another offer that's coming up for you next year now. But here's the thing, I'm just trying to work out whether it's to do with the work that you're doing now. That's why I feel like I've got this separation. You possibly may not be working where you should be, but working away. But I do see that there is this role. I feel like it's a new role that's coming up around you. And I do see that there is an offer that's coming about this new role. Now I'm getting February, March. So it could quite possibly be around about then that I feel like there's going to be changes coming up. Just be aware of that. I feel like it's a message that's going to be coming to you. So I feel like it's not going to be something you're actively looking for a job or a new role, but it's a message that you're going to hear coming your way. So, and I feel like you're going to be torn here in terms of making decisions. So just be aware of that. When it comes to work and that, and if you've got tough decisions happening, which way should I go? That's I feel like that's a bonus when you have problems as to which job to be taking. But that's what I feel like it's going to be like for you. Okay, so just keep all that in mind. But I do see there is a cycle that is playing out and closing for you. And I feel like February, March, this changes there for you. Okay, and I'll leave that there. Okay.
I was trying to write this one down.
Yeah.
I've got a Rachel. Well, I'm not really. There we go. Rachel Macedo. I hope or is it Rochelle? I hope I pronounced that right, sweetheart. Now, when I was reading it, and I thought, oh my goodness, you know, I call basically the last 2 years that it's been a year of awakening with everyone. You know, we've all got good intuition. Everyone's born with intuition. Some of us just fine tune it more than others. To fine tune it. And when we start to step, or shall I say, take rose-coloured glasses off and see the way the world is, then we start picking up on people's personalities. You know, Rachel, you either like people or you don't like people. And this is where I get basically, you know, you can put yourself in a crowded room and you go, I like you, but I'll stay away from there because, you know, the energy over there isn't real good connected to that person. And that's all that gut, that intuition, but it also can have a lot to do with a past life connection or a soul connection to past lives. Now, when we start to sense things and don't understand it, it lets me know that you're just finding tune everything. And when we start to basically take steps basically out of our comfort zone and we start to basically go into self-employment, and, you know, we all got a bad habit of, shall I say, over-analysing things and blowing things out of proportion. Now, sometimes, you know, personality-wise, we can be the best we possibly can be, but we can have the least confidence. You know, we're good at what we do, but bloody hell, we don't like who we are. You know, am I good enough? Did I do okay? Is this all right? So I do feel sometimes that paranoia can allow you to think that basically everyone is watching over you, so it doesn't grow. You know, I learned a long time ago that basically for me to be me and to me to be as successful as I should be working with me. And I work for me, not to please anybody else as far as any industry I work in. You know, you've got to be you and be the best version of who you are. And, you know, don't look over your shoulder, sweetheart. Because if you continue looking over your shoulder, if you continue over-analysing this, and if you continue feeling like someone basically is watching over you, well, then you're putting that out to the universe. And this is where I feel your business won't grow. So reverse it all. And it's just basically, okay, I must be doing something right because someone's looking over me and maybe wants to copy me. I must be good at what I'm doing because that person's basically watching every move I make. You know, if I make enough finances, basically, it's only jealousy. You know, I'm glad I am who I am because your reactions is going to basically determine where you're going into the future. So stop over-analysing it. Stop going to bed with it. Stop basically tossing and turning and making it worse than what it is because it's not there. But the more you put it there, it will be there, if that makes sense, darling. And because you've got a good gut and you've got a good sense connected around people, you don't have to like them to work with anyone. Your success is your success, and it comes from basically, you know, from the gut upwards. It's about your strength. It's about your confidence. It's about self-love. It's about communication. It's about listening to that gut. But it's also stop over analyzing it. And the moment you do, I guarantee your work, your business will start to flow, because it's going to grow because you want it to, and you're the one that's going to put the effort in. It's got nothing to do with anyone else, darling. Be proud of who you are, hold your head up, and step out of your comfort zone. Walk through that door and don't listen to anybody else. So I hope that helps, sweetheart.
I'm sure it does. Sure it does. So I hope that helps you. I'm sorry, I couldn't find her name in the comments section there. So I'm sorry, my darling. Sorry. So moving on, how are we going for time there? It's 10 minutes. Very good. Very good. So those who've just joined us, thank you. Welcome. You need to like and share the live feed. Pop that in with your question there. We're trying to get through as many as we can this evening. Thank you for being patient with us. We haven't done one of these live feeds together for a long time.
A while, yeah.
Feels like deja vu, but I'm looking forward to working with you on Friday night. So I'm going to read Miss Emily. Thank you for sharing. Is this course I'm doing the right path for me? Emily, I have seen you. I feel like you have started and stopped a few things. And I feel like the path that you are currently, I'm just going to backtrack a little bit, because a lot of people, when they say to me, am I on the right path? I'll always say to you, yes, you are, because there's lessons that we need to be learning along the way on the path. Okay, so even if we not so good experiences and you think it's happening to you time and time again because bad luck and you're on the wrong path, it's not the case. More often than not, there's lessons that come with this, and that's why I'll always say the right path. So I'm going to put that next to the course that you're asking about. Okay, and that's why I feel like you've done a few things and you've always hit the brick wall, or it just hasn't felt right, and now they're doing it for you again, because I feel like there is a lesson that needs to be learned in the courses as to why, because I feel like it's coming down to procrastination and not feeling confident in yourself in making decisions, if that makes sense. So I know that's gone a little bit off topic with me asking about the course itself, but I am being asked or urged to pass that on to you. I feel like you need to be looking at in here a little bit here. But answering to this question, I feel that they are showing me that, yes, this is the right one to be on, but I feel it's coming with a but, because I feel like you're getting to a certain point and then I feel like there's either opportunities or researching into going off again and doing something else again attached to that course. Okay, so that's why I feel like you need to stick at this. And I feel like the first couple of months, or that there's an initial hurdle, I feel like you need to be getting over. But once you get over that little hurdle, I do see plain smooth sailing, if that's the correct term, from then on. And then these other opportunities are going to pop up for you. And that's why I feel like you just need to persevere that first little bit. So just hang in there. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
I've just seen one that's just popped up, and her name is Linda Hibberson. And she was a little bit worried about her son. Yes. Also basically connecting. Yep. Now, darling, when we lose someone, especially so close to Christmas, and I know it's still very, very raw with you, I do have a very strong gentleman that's letting me know that he heard your words and he wants to give you a big kiss. I know Dad had been sick for a little while, and he's basically letting me know that he's okay. I feel like so many tears behind closed doors. But I will tell you that the two of them are together now. And I do feel basically they want you to know that you're okay. Your mum is basically not just your mum, but she's like a friend to you, or a connection as far as mother and daughter as friendship's concerned. Now, your boy is a very sensitive boy. And it's what I call a sensitive, if that makes sense. And he feels absolutely everything. And when we lose someone that basically admire and has had a lot to do with his upbringing, it's grief. You know, grief comes in so many stages. And the first one basically is shock. denial. We go into a sense of begging or wanting to hear them, wanting to hear their voice. Did I do the right thing? And then we go into a little bit of anger. How dare you go? Christmas isn't going to be the same. And then we sometimes go into like the acceptance stage. I call grief like it's sign of everybody. You're going to have good days and you're going to come down, and you're going to have good days and you're going to come down. Sweetheart, 18 days is so raw and so real within you that there is just so many tears behind closed doors. And you've only just laid your father to rest. You've lost your mum. Your boy and you are dealing with things in a really, really hard way. But what I do know is they're together. Dad is okay. And he keeps saying basically a little bit above and beyond. So I will say to you that you helped him with his transition. And even though it wasn't easy, he's letting me know he's okay. You've got your mum's ring on too. She's just acknowledged she wears my ring. So I have got that beautiful connection with mum as well. Life hasn't been easy for you, but can you give your son a big squeeze from his grandfather? He's just told me not to call him grandfather. So I'm not sure whether you called him Pop or Poppy, was what he was known by. But he's basically letting me know, could you give my boy a kiss? Can you give him a hug and let him know that I'm not sure whether he did not get to say goodbye to him, but letting you know, if you could let him know that he's okay. And he's okay with that, and he needs to let things go. But what I do feel is basically I can't express to you how raw you're living it. But put the tree up, sweetheart. Start to enjoy Christmas, because I know it's hard to try and celebrate when we lose two people we love the most. But you've got to basically, it's hard for me to say because I'm not there for you or not living what you've gone through. But basically, your dad would like everybody to still celebrate and have a drink with him at Christmas and celebrate his life, not mourn his passing, because I like his personality. He's a very, very cheeky man and doesn't mind a drink or two, I feel, because he's basically letting me know that he's okay. He's with the one he loves the most, even though he left a mess behind, and he's apologising for this. But if you could give his boy a big hug, but he's calling you daddy's girl, and he wants to say a lot of thank yous, not just allowing him to die with dignity, but thank you for putting on his service to be of dignity and love and celebrating his life, because he's a little bit of, Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. And he wants to say, a lot of love to you, a lot of love to your boy, but mum has not left your side. But I do feel basically when the time is right, she's given me roses. I'm not sure if you've got roses in the garden and they're out in bloom at the moment. I know the weather's been crazy and, aren't basically, every time they come out, they're falling apart. But she's giving me roses. So I'm not sure if this is, you've got roses in your garden or it's to you. They're yellow. And when I see this, it's basically birthday and anniversary. But she wants to give them to you. So to me, it's basically an endurance thing connected to your mum that you and her connect together with. So, she's given me rose garden. So I'm going to say basically an immense amount of love from your parents, knowing that they both are okay. Dad's given me clear of mind as well, but so's mum, but letting me know that they're okay. Mum's telling me she's got shoes on her feet. So she's a little bit cheeky as well. So I do feel mum was sick for a little while prior to her passing, and someone's got the tattoo or someone's getting a tattoo connected around this. So I do feel a lot of acknowledgement connected around that, as well as being honoured with love. So I'm going to leave that. Hang on a sec. I'm going to leave that in your hands, but I also am getting celebrations. So I do feel there is either a new birth or new beginnings connected around someone, and that's coming within the next 3 months as well. But, regardless of your parents not being there, they still will be, darling, because I don't believe in death. I just believe that we move from one plane to the next, and, your soul is eternal. So don't think you've lost your parents. They've just moved on. And, when the time is right, you'll meet up with them again. So I hope that finds a little bit of comfort with you at this time. So don't be so hard on yourself, sweetheart. And also with your boy, all you can do is just give them extra hugs and have a little bit of patience, sweetheart.
Yeah, no, so true. I've read for Linda. How's that? 3 Lindas here. Linda. It's all about the Lindas tonight.
And the three is a very spiritual number, so yeah.
It is. No, because I have read for Linda a number of times, and she's a beautiful, beautiful soul, gentle soul, and real family lady. And so that I know her. That would have meant a lot coming from you. So thank you for that. Now, I do get a lot of people asking all the time about all of our clairs. So just something a little bit off topic here. Colleen is patiently, because she's another one. Thank you for being patient, Colleen. Post. Am I clairaudient? And I feel like my name is called a lot with no one around, wakes me up frequently. Insight would be wonderful. Yes. I would say you are clairaudient.
When we start to teach, there's a little bit of language we use, and you don't realise you're using it until you start to use it. And we can have all the clairs, which is your claircaudient, your clairsentient, your claircognient, whatever these wonderful, beautiful names that we all have to learn. But it's just, do you feel? Do you see? Do you know? Hearing your voice basically is your clairaudience, and that is just absolutely incredible. I used to think that I was going crazy because you'd hear your name being called. I often heard my my mum calling my name, and I'd pick the phone up and she'd say, "How do you know that I needed you?" And I went, "I just heard you saying it. I just heard my name being called." But you know what? Never underestimate spirit. That is just phenomenal connections that they give you. And love to work with you, Colleen, and help you to fine tune who you are.
See, a lot of people, they don't. Sorry?
Yeah. Just there's a Yolanda from New Zealand. She's just saying good night, and she's been with us all night, so she's been patient.
Yolanda,
so I just
thank you.
To wish her thank you for watching, and
we'll see you when we come to NZ.
Beautiful. Sorry, Linda, I didn't mean to jump over the top.
I was just going to say, when you talk about can you feel, can you see, can you hear, all that, a lot of people don't understand. Like clair is the French word for clear. It's clairvoyance, and the generic word, everyone says clairvoyant, they're clairvoyant, not actually understanding what everything is. So those who are not in the know, clairvoyance is French for clear seeing. That's all it is, clear seeing. And it's where we see things like in our mind's eye. And what Colleen was just talking about then was clairaudient. And so that's clear hearing.
Absolutely.
Now, some people can hear physically, and I get that, but more often than not, it's in the mind. You're hearing it in the mind. And a good example is when you wake up in the morning and there is a song that's just you've woken up to in your mind, and it plays over and over and over in your mind till the point it drives you batty during the day. Chances are that spirit trying to get a message through to you clairaudiently. Okay. And sorry, what were you going to say, Linda?
Well, clairaudience too basically is another form of what we call physical mediumship. It's basically hearing. There's different mediums basically, or different ways that we do things, and of the mind is basically I'm lost for words at the moment, but it's basically old school is when back in the day we would see things moving.
You're talking about physical mediumship.
Yeah, they call it physical
mental mediumship.
Poltergeist. And you're hearing, and they use trumpets, and you could hear the voices, and you can physically see apparitions. So it's basically all connected around the physical side of things as well as clairaudience. But what you're talking about is in the mind, is the mental mediumship. So, there's different forms, and every one of us gets it quite differently. Some of us have got everything fine-tuned, and it is good to basically try and learn every part of the clairs that we do have. but we do all have a dominant clair. And some of us hear better, some of us know better, some of us, feel better. And it's just basically you might hear a medium say, I feel this, I feel that, I feel that. Well, they're feeling it all within their physical body. Or I hear this, I hear that. So they're hearing it. Or I know, I know, I see. So basically, there's all different. And they're your clairs, sort of without making it too fancy, if that makes sense. And that's what I was talking about, basically, the psychic vocabulary of what we use. So, when we start to teach, we try and find out what's your dominant clair and work on the ones that aren't, so you can bring it all together.
Yeah.
And, I've got a couple of friends that have got a lot of trouble with hearing, middle ear, can get a lot of vertigo and all that. And their clairaudience is so switched on, it's funny, because that doesn't work physical, but basically the spirit will work with them, with that side that doesn't work.
I've been talking about this for weeks. As you know, I started getting ear infections in July, and to the point my ear has been blocked. And I don't currently have an ear infection, but however, I'm going to estimate the last 8 weeks. 8 weeks, this ear is permanently blocked. And it's in, out, in, out, in, out. Now, this ear is starting in, out, in, out. And so basically, in a nutshell, I'm having problems with my hearing. And I keep joking with other people, the spirit's kicking up my clairaudience. This is cool. This is cool. But I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Although I have had the rapping, the knocking on the doors.
When you're at my workshop, we might have to work a little bit more on your
well, you know how lazy I am. You know what I'm like. But however, I have been waking up for the last week. It's like I hear somebody knocking on my door, and I've even gotten out of bed and nobody's there.
Yeah.
So that's been playing up for the last couple of weeks too. So I just wonder now whether that's connected into clairaudient.
Well, all old mediumship, basically, one of the first oldest documents of mediumship is basically with the Fox sisters, and that was
that's right.
And it was all done through yes, no, tapping, and that's how spirit communicated. They didn't hear them; it was done through the taps and the raps.
Yeah.
So, if we don't hear, well, they're gonna take your attention or get your attention any way they possibly can. So it's all about listening to everything that's going on around you, because I don't believe anything is coincidence. So build to every way they possibly can, using anything. And if that's not working for you, well, they're going to give it to you another way. So it's just basically listening.
Yeah.
As you said, going home from my place today, it's all about signs. It's all about listening to everything, and don't underestimate anything or any way spirit will give you your information.
No way. And that's what I always say to people too as well. Don't underestimate anything. It's, if they've got it, they will find a way to get a message through.
Absolutely. And it even comes down to, and taking you and a bunch of other guys on when I did a forensic adventure, and we were doing with a cold case, and I said, I need to get on the ground, I need to work out this. Now, when I teach, one of my sayings is, if spirit gives you a purple elephant with pink spots.
Oh, remember that time?
Yeah. You give it, you deliver it, you don't overanalyze it. So when we went on this road trip,
when we up to it, because I was with you that day.
Yeah, we were on a road trip, and and for us to get from A to B, thank you, Kerry. Unbelievable. But to get to A to B, we went the wrong way, and we went around in circles for about an hour and a half, where we should have been there in half an hour. And then we ended up, we were all hungry by this time because we hadn't got there. We seen the place that we needed to be. So then we stopped and had some lunch. So the only thing that was there was really McDonald's. So we stopped and pulled in at McDonald's. We had McDonald's, and then we got on the road again. And then I started to pick up all this stuff. And then we started going names. Yeah,
and we were googling
names of streets and names of names. We were on this street, and everything was falling into place. And then I looked over to the side, and we were over the bridge, and that is exactly where the house that this woman went missing from was over the bridge.
Remember that?
And then basically we were driving past, and
hang on, we've got to take time out for that, because let's go back and talk about the elephant first, because
that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
So when we were driving along, just before we were getting to the place where we think the woman had lost her life, on the side of the road was a blown up purple elephant with pink spots.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone just looked and went, any other colour, it could have been anything, but there was this great big, and I thought, okay, that told us that we're at the right place at the right time, even though we took the long way around and had no way of getting there. And when we got there to our client, where the woman had lost her life, or was supposed to have lost her life, when we got to our client, she told us that we should not have gone the way that we were supposed to go. This is the way her and her friend, the one that passed away, used to go. And the last place they sat in to have lunch was that
McMacca's.
And if we had have gone the right way, we would have missed all of that, the purple elephant, plus the McDonald's, plus the streets. And it was just spirit directed us to what was where we needed to be. Yeah. And it was just the most phenomenal sign I've ever got. So basically it was unbelievable. Kerry was...
That elephant.
Yeah. You've just put up with Kerry. You just put up Kerry Siebert. Forensics was fun. Kerry basically at our forensic course down at basically Wollongong. I think it was 4 days, if I remember rightly, Kerry, with Lisa Williams.
Right, okay.
And it was just, it was a fun weekend, or a fun 3 days.
Yeah,
it was really interesting.
I love forensics as well.
And actually, you probably remember the case that I was just talking about, Kerry, because it was discussed. The clients were actually at that forensic course. It was one of the cases we were doing.
Right, okay. Interesting.
So that's a beautiful link. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, there's no coincidences. It's all synchronicity. It's all amazing.
Absolutely.
So Brittany's just saying, so if you hear something, call your name, and nobody's there, what does that mean? I've always been told it's death calling. No. If that happens for me, honey, okay, let's just get that out of your mind, okay? It's bad juju, okay? We don't want that. For me, if I hear a name being called, straight away I think, oops, I'm in trouble, or I've done something. It's like, I feel like it's either like a past loved one or your spirit guide trying to get your attention for a reason. So if you find yourself that's happening to you, I would just stop and just, what are you doing at that exact time when you hear your name being called? Are you about to do something silly, or have you got these thoughts going inside your mind and you're not, and they're trying to get your attention to give you a sign to point you in the right direction? There's the things that you need to be taking on board. Okay, have you got anything else to add to that?
Yeah, I've always thought it was my my spirit guides.
Yeah.
Because many a time I've heard my name being called, or coincidence as I'm coming up to things, or connections around that. And I learnt years ago basically that my spirit guide was my best friend, or my main guide. And it was just basically one of those ones that I don't underestimate what's given to me. And if he's going to call my name, well, then basically I just say, hi, how are you? Is there something I need to know? Just give me a little bit more information. And, I might hear something else come through, or, a book might move, or a picture might move. And I went, all right, I got it. Okay, I'll be on top of that. So, it is loved ones too. I've often heard when clients come in, spirit will walk in or go, that's my mum, or that's my daughter. Or call that person's name. So it's just basically... like the clairaudience, it's nothing to be frightened of. I would say spirit can't hurt you. No. And those noises and those sounds, and basically the ones that are calling you, they can't hurt you. They're just letting you know that they're there. There's a very thin line between our world and the spirit world. There's no this imaginary place like heaven. It's just where we connect. It's just into another plane. So, where do we connect to spirit? couple of inches away, from our own. Where is spirit? Basically, it's right here. It's not in an imaginary place. We coexist, but in different places, if that makes sense, to make it quite simple. I've got Kerry and Kerry basically still talking about forensics, and I just want to jump in just really, really quickly to tell the two girls basically.
Kerry B or Kerry S?
Both of them. Just to let you guys know, if you're still interested, I will be doing one very, very shortly between now and the end of January. I've got two extreme, shall I say, two cold cases that we really need to work on, and I know the way you two girls work. So if you're interested, private message me and I'll give you a little bit more information.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Well, I think we've come up to the end of our show. So thank you, everybody who joined us this evening. And we'll just give our Kerry's saying as long as it's after the 15th.
15th of December.
I get that. I get the joke. I get it. Okay. All right. Just those who've just jumped on and they've missed the beginning of our show, we are doing Psychics Under the Stars, a psychic and mediumship show on Friday evening, the 3rd of December, and it's out at a property at Wedderburn. So we still have a handful of tickets still available for purchase. If you would like to purchase a ticket, they can be purchased through Eventbrite, and the link is there on Facebook, I believe, but I will put a separate link afterwards as well. Now, I've got a lot of my clients on here. So this is Linda. Linda is available for private readings as well. So how can they contact you if they're wanting to get in contact?
Just the best way is basically through Facebook, Linda Usope Psychic Medium. I have got a booking system on there. If you want to book, and it just tells you my availability when I'm available and when I'm not. Or you can just go onto my website. It's just lindausope.com.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm the same as well. I also have an online booking, which you will see. You'll see my availabilities, between Zooms, face-to-face, when I'm in Goulburn and other country places. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Have you got anything else to add before we take off for the evening?
No, it was just fun. Let's play again.
Yeah, it was great. All right, chat to you all later. Thank you. Stay safe, everybody. Have a wonderful week.
All right, guys. Thanks.